Right, I'm doing my intro at the end because I just realised, I thought it was better to explain. I don't normally do politics on my YouTube channel. It's normally football, or I like pipe bands and music, etc. But as that music festival finished, a pro-Palestinian rally started and I thought, oh, I'll hang about and I'll film it. I'm saying that because, I mean, whether you agree with it or not, it's topical. And as a YouTube creator, you're looking for content, you see something happening, you film it. So I thought that explanation would be useful. I'm not want to debate about the subject, you either agree or disagree, but it's happening now, it's topical, and as I say, if you see something happening, you film it. Right, we've got a Palestine demonstration here.
Are gathering on the Mount of Arafat, pleading to God. We call for an end to this genocide.
Few Palestinian flags and there's a half Palestinian Scotland flag there.
Arms embargo! Allah forbid you, arms embargo!
Nowhere is safe for them, and women and children and men have no shade against the bombs which are being dropped on them. It is important for us to remember them, particularly the Muslim world, and this noble day, and ask, is this acceptable? Regimes such as Jordan, such as Egypt, such as Turkey, that they look at Palestine as someone else's problem. Secondly, the greatest activist for justice, Malcolm X, went to the pilgrimage in Mecca.
Hello, brothers and sisters. I'm so glad you've turned up. We called this rally thinking that nobody was going to turn up, but you have. And that's important because today there is a national demonstration in Glasgow and thousands of people are going to march. The former First Minister will be speaking, Amar Arwa will be speaking, and others. So many of the people in the campaign and the pro-Palestinian camp will actually be there representing us over in Glasgow. Hopefully we'll send a message saying, please remind them that we are here as well. But we want more. We want a solution. We want an answer. We want to find in the Middle East, and particularly in Palestine, an answer of how people can live together. How all people, all children can be educated. Not in smashed universities and schools and hospitals, but the rebuilding of that area so the Palestinian people can return and can have homes in at least Gaza and the West Bank. We were proposing to take, and we have permission, to go down to Queen Elizabeth House, where the UK government offices are, and march in there. We will be asking near the end if people want to do that. But there is a thinking that maybe the sky is going to defeat us and it's going to pour a rain. And if that's the case, then please understand, to make you less wet, we're not going to march on that route. But we have permission to go up the mount, down the Royal Mile, and then into New Street and into that square rather than to the Parliament.
Hello everyone, thank you for coming today. It's a nice intimate meeting today. I'm going to really speak to you directly here. I'm going to tell you the truth that we all need to hear. The truth is, I'm standing against Ian Murray here. We really need your support at this point. The crisis here in the UK are also enabling the genocide. And this is the connection we all need to make. It's the same people. This is a global system of financial exploitation.
Thank you, Alex. May the 4th of July bring the tide of change. Because Rishi is complicit. May I remind you, he was the only leader to land with the weapons of mass destruction in Israel. He landed with British-made missiles. He landed with British-made rockets. He landed with British-made our taxpayers' money, funded bombs that killed 50,000 Palestinian innocent men, women, children, doctors, surgeons, journalists, school teacher, professor, academic, journalist, and the whole lot. And all the 15,000 children. Rishi Sunak was the only leader to land with the funding of the bombs of British made. I don't have to say much about the Keir Starmer because he's the spokesperson for the Tories government. His hands are dripping with the blood of every single child that was killed in Gaza because he threatened his party members against voting for a ceasefire months ago. A simple ceasefire was too much for filthy Keir Starmer.
I'm going to say a few words regarding the general election happening in a few weeks. On Tuesday, I was on a live television hustings discussing the general election, and I demanded the Labour politicians share with the audience how they would improve the situation in Gaza if they win. Their response was very disingenuous. They said that we needed an immediate ceasefire and immediate access to humanitarian aid, although their words largely contradicts the official stance of the Labour Party. We have now witnessed 252 days of genocide in Gaza, and the Labour Party have made no serious attempt to improve the situation. It took them months to even consider the concept of a ceasefire, and when a vote took place in Westminster, most Labour MPs voted against one. Labour also prevented a Scottish motion calling for a ceasefire from reaching a vote, ultimately preventing Scotland from having a voice in Westminster. Labour have not only been unsupportive, they have been complicit in this genocide. They have fired members who have spoken out against the genocide in Gaza. And we need to only look at who's funding their political campaign and their politicians. Keir Starmer, who might be our next Prime Minister, said that he thought it was okay to cut off food, water and electricity to 2 million people in Gaza. And he said that there was a right to do so. On the 4th of July, we have a choice to vote for candidates who put humanity and the interests of their constituents first. Together we can, and together we will, demand accountability and justice. Thank you.
Excellent, to the point, on point. For those complicit, disgraceful parliamentarians and these in position of power, we want to show them their hands is dripping with blood. We've got Willie here with gloves, and he will put the print of his hands with blood on this white sheet that if we march, we will be taking it to the UK government complicit building. So I invite all of you to come and put your handprint to tell them, shame on you for funding genocide. Shame on you for killing 16,000 child. Shame on you for starving innocent people today. I did say proudly, rightly, that they are all against the people of Gaza. Charities, NGOs, governments, companies, wealthy, filthy. And I was proven right. It brings us to realize that so many charities are using Barclays' shameful bank. We've been protesting against that bank with the Solidarity campaign for months to discover that many of the charities that are pro-Palestinian putting your donations in that filthy bank that is funding the genocide, funding the war machine, funding the weapons of mass destruction, genocide and ethnic cleansing of the Palestinians. What mentality are we dealing? Gaza has uncovered everybody. Gaza has disclosed the extent of complicity. And we have broken and we will not stop or go away. "252 days since the start of the latest genocide in Gaza. 36 weeks of the killing, murder, rape of innocent people in Gaza. That's 8 months of horror. 8 months. That's sufficient time for the world to put a stop. Yet nothing has changed. Nothing has happened. No one has stood beside the people of Gaza. The world leaders have sided with the evil that they have created. The world leaders don't care about the 37,000 innocent people that have been killed and murdered in Gaza. They really don't care. The men, women, children, babies, they do not care about any of them.
We want justice.
Israeli forces were hiding in aid trucks under the pretense of humanitarian camouflage. Think about that for a second. Absolute shame that there is no outrage at this.
Disgusting.
My cousin who lives in the Nusayrat messaged me and she said, "Sarah, we already live in hell. But today felt like the horrors of the day of judgment. Ahwal Yom al-Qiyamah," her words. We were meant to be amongst those who got killed. We didn't know what was happening. The shelling, the bombing, the crying babies, the cries of children and mothers. 2 of her friends were killed. Munira, an English teacher who lives in the Nusayrat, said, "They killed everything inside us. No hope, no dreams, no thoughts about tomorrow, because there is no safe place in Gaza. There is no place that has not been bombed." Yet the Israeli Defense Minister Gallant called this as one of the most extraordinary operations in Israeli history. Israel crimes are a daily occurrence. Parents that they have lost siblings, those who have become orphans, those whose limbs were amputated. The other half of the children have been martyred and killed. That's the fate of children in Gaza. There are really no words left. No awards left to be given to a nation who has sacrificed everything. So we will not stop. We will roar, we will scream, we will boycott, we will sanction, we will never stop fighting until Palestine is free. Free, free! Palestine! Free, free! Palestine! Free, free! Palestine! Palestine! Free, free! Palestine! Free, free! Palestine! No justice! No justice! Dear Starmer, you can't hide! Ian Murray, you can't hide! From the river to the sea!
Palestine will be free!
From the river to the sea!
Palestine will be free!
Power to the people!
Power to the people!
Power to the people!
Power to the people!
The 4th of July is coming fast. You all have a duty. You all have a moral duty to the Palestinians who've paid the ultimate sacrifice, the ultimate price. They paid their lives for freedom, for justice, for peace, for dignity, for an end to an apartheid pariah state. We invite, and we're very honored that Tommy Shepherd, who has been to our demonstrations for months, and he comes regularly to support us. He came without us inviting him to speak, but we think he should speak because he puts those silent, disgraceful, complicit parliamentarians, he puts them to account.
What about all Israelis, you Hamas bastards, butchers?
Genocidal deniers, you've killed, murdered 276 innocent civilians in the Nusayrat massacre. You are shameful genocide deniers. You are genocide deniers. Shame on you! 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 We invite the supporter, the pro-Palestinian politician, Tommy Shepherd, to address us.
Anyway, here's Tommy Shepherd, MP for Edinburgh, well, a candidate, because there's no MPs there now.
Thank you so much, my friends. It's been my great privilege over many months to come and speak at these demonstrations as the elected Member of Parliament for this area and for the east of the city, and to give you my support. I can't do that today because Parliament has been dissolved and I am no longer your Member of Parliament. I am hoping to be re-elected on the 4th of July, but I'm not here. I'm not here to ask you to vote for me or to vote for the SNP, because you can make up your own minds on that. And this solidarity movement needs to have room for supporters of every party and none, and of every faith and none, because it is by building the maximum unity that we win. That is not to say, though, that the general election on the 4th of July is not important. It is. There will be people who tell you it makes no difference to vote, that it doesn't really matter. Believe me, my friends, it does. The most effective solidarity we can demonstrate with the people of Palestine is to remove the government complicity in this country in their oppression. And we do that by sending people to the new parliament, where I actually am quite confident that the number of Palestinian supporters will be at least doubled, if not tripled, in this new parliament. We do that by sending people there who will stand up for Palestine. There are obvious immediate demands that we would expect a new government to do. We would expect them to join calls for an immediate ceasefire. We would expect them to scale up the international effort to build humanitarian support. But there are very specific things that the United Kingdom government can do if it is instructed by the Parliament to do so. First off, we should stop selling arms to Israel, which are used against the civilian Palestinian population. And by that I mean both munitions and technology. And we should also stop buying arms from Israel and feeding their defense industry. The second thing that we should do is to immediately introduce an emergency Palestinian visa so that people who need urgent medical care can come to this country and get it. And the third thing that we should be able to do is to join the other European countries of Norway, Spain and Ireland and recognise the state of Palestine. Because only by doing that do we give the agency and authority to the Palestinian people in the negotiations which will come. Only by doing that do we give to them the respect of the others enjoy in those discussions and the ability to help determine their own future. That is the choice that is before us on the 4th of July. We have 3 days to get people registered to vote if they are not already on the register. We have 4 days to get people to get a postal vote if they are not going to be here on the 4th of July. And we have 19 days to make sure we use the power of the vote to send a message to the United Kingdom that the people of this country want to demonstrate their solidarity with the people of Palestine, and they will no longer accept complicity in war crimes and in the genocide that is taking place. That is what is at stake. That is what the good news, my friends, because it has been so depressing these many long months. But the good news is that we can do this. We really can do this. We have a choice between sending people into Parliament who will either be told what to do by Keir Starmer or who will tell Keir Starmer what to do. Let's make sure we make the right choice. Thank you.
There ain't no power like the power of the people, because the power of the people won't stop. There ain't no power like the power of the people, because the power of the people won't stop. 1, we are the people. 2, we won't be silent. 3, stop the bombing now, 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 now. 1, we are the people. 2, we won't be silent. 3, stop the bombing now, 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 now. 1, we are the people. 2, we won't be silent. 3, stop the bombing now, 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 now. No justice. No peace. Thank you, Mother. The power is people. The power of the beauty of the unity in our movement. Student movement. The global inspirational movement of students from all sorts of backgrounds, from all over the world, standing in solidarity and unity with the fellow Palestinians across the ocean. Started in America, that is sending the bombs that are killing the Palestinians. The American students said, "Not in my name." The Jewish students in America said, "Not in my name." End the genocide and ceasefire now. May the beheaded Muhammad list of product and company to boycott, to stop Israel making money and carry on the massacres. A young man called Ahmed Bashbash in the West Bank, I think, has created a new app. It is called No Thanks. No Thanks Israel. You can use that. You can use it in the shop. It works. I've used it, and it will tell you if this is in the list of product and company to boycott. He is grateful. It's in his app. He's left a wee message saying thanks for boycotting and carry on. So let's go.
Okay, I think that the weather's held up for us, and I'm going to put it to you. Should we march to Queen Elizabeth House? Yes! At the front, we will have the hands. There is an opportunity if you want to put a flag on. Part of the march, when we get to the Royal Mile, will actually be silent between there and the Tron, so that we can demonstrate our anger in a different way this week. So next week there will be other actions, and then the following. But today we are remembering the people who have been massacred in the last week. And we now want to go to the UK government's propaganda machine in Edinburgh and show our anger. So if we want, we will actually just go walking through here, and we will have the banners in the front. So if you just give us a couple of minutes, and then we're ready to go. Okay, so it's up the mount, down the Royal Mile, and into New Street. Thank you.
Well, I'm not going on a demo, but I'll film them passing by.
Viva, viva! Palestina! Viva, viva! Palestina! Viva, viva! Palestina! Viva, viva! Palestina! No justice! No peace! No justice! No peace! No justice! No peace! No peace! Intifada revolution! Intifada revolution! Intifada revolution! Intifada revolution! No peace! No peace! No peace! No peace!
Alright! There's always one, eh? Doug's canny glass to piece, eh? Well, it's uphill, there's a slow walk, but then after that it's downhill once you get to the Royal Mile. Well, there you go, folks. The weather held out and they went on their march. Thanks for watching, and I'll leave you with the lovely Edinburgh skyline here. So it's Joe from Edinburgh, and I might see you out in the street sometime.